Hello, everybody, and welcome to Traditionzs. Trying to see if I'm coming up. No, because I don't. Oh, I know what's wrong. There we go. I had to start the cam. Hello, Lashes Journey. Thank you for coming and welcome to Garden, Quilt, and Art Traditions. Hello, GT Junior grows in Alaska. It hasn't shown up on the screen over here. Hello, my Renaissance grandma. I have so much exciting stuff to show you guys, and it's all piled up. Hello, Maria Graham. And I don't know where my bell. Welcome to the GQUAT family reunion buzz, where. Uh oh, I hear that echo. I know what happened. I fixed it. Welcome to the GQUAT family reunion buzz, where good friends become family, and family is everything. GT Junior, my Renaissance grandma, Maria Graham, Shakira, and everyone in the chat. If I didn't see anyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm trying to pull up the chat on my phone now. And I did. How's everybody going? Hello, Fifi. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I got a lot of mail out this weekend, you guys, and I have so many things to tell you and show you. For those of you who are new or here on the replay, GQUAT stands for Garden, Quilt, and Art Traditions. And it represents 8 generations that I've been on this earth of family members who garden. We cook from scratch. We do a lot of the folk arts, not only quilting, macrame, needlepoint, you name it. That we do all of it. And my original intention was not just for me to be here, but to also spotlight other family members and close friends. Maria Graham says, thanks for hitting the like button, you guys. Hello, Unbiased LLC. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What did I see you? Oh, the circle dress. The circle dress. That was really, really cute. I liked it with and without the belt. With and without the belt. So, let's see. It's 4:03. It's still early. It's early. We'll do some catching up. Oh, guess what, you guys? It is 82 degrees in Connecticut. Yes, Connecticut, up north. Can you believe that? I got silly. I went outside and started planting things. I know good and well the last frost date for me in Connecticut, there are 3 different grow zones, at least in Connecticut. And my my frost date is like over a month away. I went out there and started sticking stuff in the ground. Is anybody else getting happy because we've had some warm days? I'm just everybody in zone 7, 8, 9 who is planting. I am so envious. I am so envious. So, what are the temperatures where you are? Put your state and your grow zone in. Even though I know everybody doesn't grow, everybody doesn't. I have a lot of people here who like sewing and quilting, and I have some exciting projects to show you. I will start actually talking about them because time gets so short. I try to keep, some of you know, I have a vision problem. And where you see all the other channels with the ring light, I cannot use a ring light. It's like car headlights, the round part, does something to my retina, and I really can't see at all. I can't see at all. So of course somebody's trying to call me. I've got a do not disturb sign on the door. And I just had to let it go. And everybody knows that I have arts and crafts at 4 p.m. So I was telling you about the light. So I've gotten it up to about an hour and a half where I'm comfortable. I turn on bright lights around the room instead of just having, a big spotlight. It's 80 degrees in Massachusetts today. Go, Fifi. I know those chickens are happy about that. Alaska, 32 degrees. Oh, well, here's some warm air for you from Connecticut. Some warm air. It was 80 degrees in South Carolina, zone 7. Okay, so I have some exciting things to tell you guys. Well, one thing, since he's here in the chat, GT Jr. grows in Alaska. Guess what, everybody? There was a WIG Grow Off 2022, and I was just monkeying around, being silly, and I was like, I won. I feel like I did win because I have never grown anything before. I don't grow anything in the winter inside except last year gnats. And I was chosen number one. Number one. Hello, Cheryl Faulkner. And some of the things that I want to show you that I grew, because I'm going to have this for dinner tonight. Look at this, grown from seeds. Can you see this? This is romaine lettuce. I put it in this little pot because I never intended, after I took it out of the hydroponic thing, I was just going to put it in here for a minute and pinch it down. It got so big, so fast. Look at that. Thank you. Thank you for the congratulations. Look at this, all baby. You can see their baby tender leaves. And then I sit in this comfortable chair. That's why I'm always reaching down. And my computer's actually on a bench because this chair is so comfortable. I could actually sit in it like for hours and hours and hours. Now, because I put it in such a big pot, look at this, you guys. Can you see all of these that I grew from seed? I've eaten like 5 or 6 of them and put them in salads, and there are so many on here. I like this tiny Tim thing, and oops, it gets really thick. I waited too long actually to take it out of the hydroponics. I should have put it in this big nice pot earlier and just harvested it then, because of course it did have a little bit of shock, but it really is doing well. I have to clap because my bell is under this big pile of stuff, but I want to share with you all the stuff that we have going on. So I'll start with some things that we were working on at the end of well, let me say this first before we do that, like kind of show and tell. I would just want to say to everybody else, use whatever you have to grow whatever you want. I saw growing with Hudson, growing potatoes in a laundry basket with a shade cloth in it. I saw Miss Shirley, the OG gardener, with a laundry basket. I'll tell you something. The last year and a half, I had a hip replacement, and it was during the you know what going around. And 6 months after that, I had a knee replacement. So you couldn't go out, you couldn't go around to get the things that you wanted. And I decided I wanted to get into the contest with the men in gardening. I had nothing to grow anything inside at all. And I won a raffle with Broke Farmer, and I took that $25. I actually had a community garden with raised beds that my friends had just made for me. And I said, I can't even bend over to the ground. So at that point, so I bought all these containers, put holes in them. But to start inside, guess what? I didn't have any grow lights. They told me it would take forever to order them. So guess what Auntie Ellen did? I put all my little things in my little pea packets. I put them on a cookie sheet, put some big pots underneath them, and guess what I use for a grow light? Mm-hmm. My stove light. My stove light. And guess what? I had plenty food. I'm trying to see if I'm at the bottom of the chat over here. I think I am. Barb Brownlee says hello. Hello and welcome. So I say all that. The planter HGV, those of you who are entered into it, we still have what? The rest of April, all of May, and all of June. If we're eating from May already, whether you're in the grow off or not, you still have plenty of time to get in the grow off and do what you want to do. So now I want to show you that Auntie Ellen did my homework. Those of you who were here last week, and I had that little giveaway bag that they give you at the doctor's office. Look, it's all finished. Look how nice it is. Just a random bag. I put a pocket on it. Look, you can still see the writing where it says Yale Medical Ophthalmology. I put a little pocket on the back. I put a tie on it so that I can fill it up with everything. And it has a firm square bottom. How cute is this? This is another example of using what you have. Any of those random canvas bags, you can make something really cute out of it. Really cute out of it. You wouldn't even know that that was a giveaway bag. You would not even know that. Then I have to tell you a funny story. And this is kind of bad. So plug your ears, my Renaissance grandma. My mom has had a smartphone since they first came out, an iPhone. My brother got her one and she was saying, "Oh, but I don't I can't talk to my friends because none of my friends have a smartphone." She was on Facebook, she was on in church on her phone, she was FaceTiming, and she still does. Hello, Martika. Thank you and welcome for coming. Ring a ling a ling. My bell fell somewhere because I have so much stuff to show and tell you today. So anyway, mommy's so funny. I'm not going to say her age, but I'm 74, so my mother must be older than me. Anyway, mommy comes up to me one day and real nonchalantly, she goes, "Hey, Penny." That's what my family calls me. She goes, "Do you know what WTF means?" I'm looking at her. So she starts giggling. She goes, "Did you hear me?" I said, "Yes, Mom, I heard you." I said, "I'm wondering, WTF, how you even know what that means. How you know what that means." So one of my friends who is an artist gave me a piece of art. It's it's functional art, and it says WTF in gold. It's hand sewn, but I'm trying to be a good example for my great grandchildren and my grandchildren who'd expect Nana to, walk on the good side of the line. So look what I made out of it, though. I made a wall hanging, a mini quilt. I put some gold in the corners. It was just a little gold part with the writing on it last week. And I added a black border with gold in the corner, a red border, and some black. And I'm going to give it to my son for Father's Day. I'll finish it. I'll ask him if he wants to put it in a picture frame because I made it about 16 by 20. So it will fit in the 16 by 20 frame. You could see all the hand stitches in the back where it was just a piece of black and gold fabric and it was hand sewn. But this is just an example of some creative functional art. You can do that. You can get a stencil at the Dollar Tree or print something out, put your own letters, glue them on. Can't stop walking, but love mowing and cruising. Thank you and welcome. Ring a ling a ling a ling. So, that being said, I did get out all of my moderator gifts. Maria Graham got hers. She's happy with it. I spoke to everybody got theirs. Boucher Prepper said last night that she got hers. Thank you, Maria Graham. So I have been going to the post office almost every day. I had a letter, actually two that I received from Maria Graham. And as I don't know, those of you who were here, I got the raffle mixed up, and Maria Graham gave her gift to Latanya Lewis because I inadvertently said that Latanya won. So I sent Latanya her gift. She did confirm that she has it, and she's very happy with it. So I gave Maria Graham a a kit basically because I know she sews and she can make her own things. So she was very happy with it. And my mother makes hand knit dishcloths, and she told me to share them. So I did. I put one in the package for Maria Graham, and Maria was so sweet. She sent me a handwritten letter to thank me, and she also wrote one to my mom. So, Mom, I don't know if you're on here yet, or in the bushes, or we'll get the replay. My kids know that I have a YouTube channel. My kids are not kids; they're older than a lot of you guys. My kids are in their 50s, well into their 50s, and so they're like, as long as mom is happy, she's healthy, she's not getting in any trouble. She's just in her apartment doing whatever she does and in her garden. But we had Easter a day early last week because my daughter was traveling. But after my daughter finished cooking, she's an excellent cook. Everybody in the family cooks really, really well. They don't even allow me in the kitchen. I'm slow and whatever. So they spoil me. But after the kitchen was clean, my daughter went in my mom's room. So what does mommy do? She pulls up my channel live from last week on the TV. Like, uh-oh, am I going to get caught, busted, my chops, doing something I'm not supposed to? No, I actually got a compliment. She texted me and said, Mom, you did a good job. Keep up the good work. So I guess you guys are stuck with me for a while because I'm enjoying it and I think you are too. I got in my mail, I got something from, I got two stickers from the MLB Backlash Fisherman, and I'm so excited. I don't have any stickers yet, but I am going to order some from Devil Dog that I'll be able to share with you guys until I can get some merch other than the stuff that I am making myself. This I got in the post office. I won a giveaway from somebody that was on the channel a couple of weeks ago, and it's Our Treasured Home, Anastasia and her daughter Nancy, and they are candle warmers. Oh, Cheryl Faulkner. She says I'm a joy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And as you guys know, I'm not old enough to be Maria Graham's aunt or Cheryl's. It's just like a little love thing. And I just say auntie because it makes me feel good that you guys our family. So, that being said, I've gotten several requests for to purchase journals to help the channel to grow and some bags. And I had some bags that I have been saving for over a year. Like I said, after my surgeries, it took me a while to get listing, and I listed, and I couldn't decide whether to put some of my things, my handmade things, on Etsy or the Flipside Marketplace with Turf Therapy in that group, or to split them up and see how they do. But I decided that since you guys have been faithful, you've helped the channel to grow, I would offer them to you first, because if I put them on one of the marketplace places, hello, Barb Brownlee, and thank you for coming, welcome, I would have to increase the price because I would have to pay fees and advertising and whatnot. So that being said, I have a couple of bags that I wanted to show you guys. If you're interested, you can email me. I will show it. Um, you can email me, ellenpanky@gmail.com. If you want to help the channel to grow, you can send a Cash App, or you can send a gift card to like Joann's or Michael's. I do share things with the elderly, with veterans group, Quilts of Valor. And I don't know if you saw something I shared on my community page. Speaking of the channel and family history, two of my cousins, Dr. Norma Thomas and her daughter, Dr. Reina Leone, and myself and a few others are documenting our family history. We go all the way back to the 1700s. Our family history is American history, it's Black history, it's Native American history. We have a part of everything in our family. But long story short, my cousin Norma, and I will link it to this chat at the end. My cousin Cheryl Faulkner wants that. Cheryl, tell me which bag you want. I actually haven't started showing them, but let me know so that I can tell you about the so that I can figure out what the shipping is and the price of the bag. Hello, Growing with Hudson. Thank you. Thank you. Jihad is so good at listing things for me. We started back with Lady Cheryl when I was one of the Golden Girls. But going back to my cousin Norma, my great great grandfather, Augustus Thomas, fought in the Civil War. He fought on the side of the North, and as such, he bought 400 acres of land from George Washington in Pennsylvania. And on that land, he had a walk in coal mine, and there is a Thomas family cemetery where my grandfather is buried and a bunch of other Thomases. But my cousins have a channel called Story Joy, all one word, where she's talking about the interesting aspects of researching your family, whether you're going through the courts, the DNA, or just family stories. I'm going to hide this so that I can see what you're saying and get back to the comments. And it's really, really interesting. Last night she featured a lot on my great grandfather. And oh, your wife's name is Norma? Oh, that's nice to know. Can't stop walking. I don't know your name either. Just Mr. I can't stop walking but love mowing and cruising. Thank you. Hi, Nikki, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. So, um, the some of these bags that I have for sale before I list them on the Flipside Marketplace. This is a bag out of the gold brocade. It's $45. It's really well made. It has the reinforced bottom. It has leather on the front and the back. And it's something, it's zippered. Let me see, it's zippered. So there's that one. Then, okay. Then I have this one. I made one like this. It's double sided. This is really, really heavy. I don't know if you can see how many times the handles have stitched. My granddaughter teaches at an elementary school. She has one just this size, and I didn't know she still had it. And when I was there for Easter, I said, "Oh, Sharita, you still have that bag?" She says, "Yes, Nana." And she says, and the kids say, "Mommy uses it every day." So that's the bottom of it. It has a French seam, so it means it's double sewn so that it can break. And you can take this thing anywhere. Anywhere. It's heavy. So this one is 45. And then I have one more bigger bag. I don't want to knock my food over. This one is a big tote bag. It's made of camo. I knew I was missing another bag. And again, it has the tie because the tie lets you hold more things. And oh, guess what, you guys? I'm not starting it yet, although I did go that first Saturday. Hello, Unicorn Lady Tech. Thank you for coming and welcome. But I will be having Saturday either sip and sew or chat and sew or something. I will give you a list of things to have available, your sewing machine or by hand, and we can sew something together. And by the way, all of my bags do have my label in it. And this is a nice big heavy duty bag in dark brown and camo. And I'm just clearing things out to make room so that the camo one. So Cheryl Falconer, hello, our treasured home. Thank you for coming and welcome. I just showed everybody my package that I got from you. I got it today. Well, I went to the post office today, and it was the wonderful little candle warmers. So this bag is not for sale. You'll find out why in a minute. But this is one that I'll be teaching a class on how to make. It's called Pockets of Plenty. It's got these cotton handles. I actually put leather on this one so that it wouldn't slip off my shoulder. It's got, remember, I showed you the buttons? I was talking to you about your button bag. So here's a deep pocket here, another pocket here. This is great. I love traveling with this one. And just because everybody wants all the bags that I have, I never get any except the ones I put my name on. So I embroidered my name on the back with my embroidery machine, and but I will show you how to make it. This one originally had a little magnetic clasp. I'm showing this so that I can show you why I put the tie or the button. Look at it. This thing was busting open at the airport, and the magnetic thing is just loose. So what did I do? I put some ties on it, and now as long as I can fasten it together, nothing falls out. And it's got a padded leather bottom. But hello, Mike's Chaotic Gardening. Thank you for coming and welcome. So again, this is a pre-quilted, double-sided double-sided printed fabric. I bought some contrasting fabric. The black on here was actually the inside of it. And I will tell, it's got two deep pockets on the inside so that all your things don't fall in. That's where I like to put my cell phone and my purse when I'm traveling. So, anybody interested in a class, I will just be going live on Thursdays for about an hour prior to the chat. So the chat comes on first, second, and third Saturdays. So an hour, thank you everybody who liked it. An hour before they come on, I will go live, set my stuff out, start showing, and I'll be in the background after an hour to finish sewing. Hello, Sissy Joanne Stevens. Thank you for coming. And Joanne Stevens says, welcome to everyone on the chat. So, first, second, and third, not this Saturday, I will go live on my channel so that we can Cheryl Faulkner likes the very first bag. That bag will be really inexpensive, Cheryl. So hit me up, ellenpanky@gmail.com, just like my name is up there. And the shipping won't be very much either because it is very light, very light. So now I got some emails about you love it. Thank you. More Miss Ellen is great. Thank you. So you guys asked me about showing you more glass art. For those of you in the bushes or this is your first time, my sister Joanne Stevens is a glass artist. Everybody in my family does something with their hands because growing up, we weren't allowed to watch TV until on the weekend. You're at a doctor appointment. Okay, sissy. Um, Blessings. Stay well. Stay safe. And I will see you. But I want to show you this big tray of glass. Can you see how big it is? And it's concave. I put fruit on it, or on holidays, sometimes bread. And it has all these colors. I don't know anything about pricing or anything, but I will be sharing my sister's contact information for those of you who asked for it. Maria Graham, I know that you're still waiting for it, and I will get it for you. But now, what I really want to show you is my most treasured thing that she ever made me. And first, I'll show you. Here is the stand. I don't know whether she made it or she bought it. It is a glass piece and it sits like this, like you have a photo or a piece of art displayed. And I keep it in my bedroom. It's like 3D and it says, Happy birthday, Sissy, 2006. How beautiful is this? I know my hands are covering part of it, but I don't want to drop it. It's very thick. It's, of course, my color purple. This could be in any art museum anywhere. Hello, Urban Gardening Chronicles. Thank you for coming and welcome. I know it's the middle of your day, but look at the braids. They look like they're 3D, the earrings, the cowrie shell. What a wonderful present. So I'm going to get up. No, I can put it right here without dropping it. So, okay, so it's about 4:34, the time that we usually go over and have some time to show you something that I'm working on. I'm actually working on another upcycle project that I think you guys will be interested in. Oh wait, before I go over there, thank you, Nikki. She says the shells are perfect. Moderators, can you please put your channel in the chat so that others can find you and your channels? The rest of you, if you are a content creator, put your hand up so that everyone can everyone can find you or find your channel or write it down. My Renaissance Grandma has her hand up. Mike's Chaotic Gardening doesn't have his hand up, but he has a channel. Joanne Stevens, Our Treasured Home, My Renaissance Grandma. Cheryl Faulkner, creator. Yay! Yay, sis. Unicorn Lady Tech. I tell you, I love having a small, intimate channel. I feel like you guys are really family, really family. So I'm going to show you an upcycle project because I know a lot of you have things that you're like borderline thinking about taking it to the thrift store or something because you don't know what to do with it. Okay? What I say is do what you love and love what you do. When you are creating things, making blocks like the quilt blocks and whatnot, I want to encourage you to make a design wall. Hello, Marie Scrappy Creations. Marie's Scrappy Creations does just what she says. Her channel takes little bits and pieces of fabric, all kinds of tiny things, and she makes all kinds of things. Marie's Scrappy channel. Are you working your chain? Which yanking her chain? Oh, Cheryl Faulkner yanking her chain. I don't know what. Yanking her chain about being a creator. Okay, you do create stuff. You create time for all of us, and you support everybody. Marie's Scrappy Creation says hello to everyone. So I want to encourage you to go. Oh, you can buy fabric and big old clothes like at the secondhand stores. I saw a couple of channels, and especially those of you who are considered seniors, they have senior day at places like Goodwill. And what you do is you go where the big men's pants are, like the size 44s or something, extra long. My Renaissance grandma says she has one video. Oh, Cheryl Faulkner has one video. Everybody, please go to Cheryl Faulkner's channel. Is there, well, no, because that wouldn't be fair. But everybody go to Cheryl Faulkner's channel. I can't wait to see your video, sis. Yay! I don't know where. Oh, wait. That's, ouch. That's probably where my bell is also. I had one more bag to show you that I do have for sale. This one is 55. I made my daughter one just like this. Just like this. And she actually, her bag has been to the White House. I made this one for myself, but I never used it because I don't go anywhere. And it was during the you know what. Oh, snap. Keep it moving and grooving. Cheryl Faulkner. So this one, I'm also going to show you guys how to make it. But if you're interested, let me know before I list it on Etsy or the flip side marketplace because I did tell Turf that I would be listing stuff. Okay. So let me show you this interesting little project that I have. Okay. So I will slowly walk without dropping my computer or the phone because this is so interesting. I hate to throw things away and everybody knows it. So I'm going to put my phone over here. For those of you wanting to make rag quilts, I just wanted to show you that the little scissors that I use for making fringe, these are micro tips, and these are heavy duty scissors. I don't buy anything unless it's on sale with a coupon or something at one of the places. Urban Gardening Chronicles says that she why don't I do this? She said something I was going to repeat. Oh, Cheryl did a live stream for her first video. Oh, I missed it. Joanne Stevens will be checking out your channel, sis. Cheryl Faulkner. You love the blouse I have on? Thank you. My kids dress me. Marie's Crappy Creation says she has that exact pair of snipping scissors for rag quilts. The reason I have it out is because I want to show you this little upcycle project. And the reason I kept this one is because of how unusual the handle was. So my mom had a very small tote bag that was given to her by my daughter. And I'm sure that you can see that it was a Ralph Lauren bag. A Ralph Lauren bag. My daughter actually worked at Ralph Lauren for like 30 years. So she got employee discounts and she bought us a lot of gifts from there. But this bag, I don't know if you could see it. This bag got a tear in it. You see this tear in it, this hole in it? So my mother gave it to me and the bottom was all torn up. So what I did was take the bag all apart. I sewed a piece of red inside because what is this? This is going to be a pocket. What's really interesting, and I wanted to show you guys, look what he used for a handle, a piece of rope. A piece of rope. I mean, I'm sure he didn't make it, but look what the designers used. A piece of rope. You know how we're talking about making the clothesline baskets and other things, bowls? Look how cool is this? So I'm going to use, and here's the other side of it. I made it. And then after I sewed it, I fringed it so that since this is going to be a pocket, if anything of it shows, it'll be intentionally raggedy. Intentionally raggedy. So what I'm going to do, oh, and this one does have a grommet. This one's missing, but I can get another one. And to get grommets, you just get them at the hardware store. And there's this little thing that you see is loop goes on the front. There's a flat piece that's supposed to go on the back. And you take a hammer and you mash it and close it. Okay, so what my plan is to turn this into a tote, just like I did all the other ones. So I cut the tote out. I turn the sides. How do we find the middle of it? We fold it in half to get the center. Instead of putting a pin in it right now, I'm actually going to put a black line. Hopefully I can see it. Now I probably better put the pin in it because I'm going to put a little binding around the top, a little binding around the bottom. And this is like a really good fabric. It's almost like you can't rip it or do anything. It's indestructible. So I'm going to do that seam like I did on those other bags where it's totally enclosed. I did not use a serger, but I've already zigzagged around it. So This is going to be as fancy as any of those other bags with the camo that you guys liked. So now that I know where the center of the bag is, I see the center of the pocket, and I'm going to put it down on the bag because this is going to be the front pocket. Actually, it might be the back because it has that distressed look. You know, the people that paid $400-500 for a pair of jeans and they're all tattered. Well, this bag came pre-tattered, and I'm going to use that piece of it and sew it on here. I didn't get that all the way through. And that's how it's going to look. I'm going to take some of that, the same fabric, and I'm going to make a tie for it to hold it closed. And I'm going to put a little red facing on the inside. So I'm going to see if this machine will sew through here. I'm leaving the top open because the part that you stick your hand in will be on this side of the bag. So without further ado, I'm going to sew it to the top of the bag. For those of you, how many people sew, and how many of you, I'm trying to see if I can see it, I can't. How many of you sew barefooted? I can't see the chat. I'm trying to pull it up. If you sew barefooted, put your hands up. So without further ado, I'm going to take this off to make it slimmer, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make this into a pocket. If there's anybody who doesn't have an extension table, something to hold your fabric up when you're working on heavy quilts or making baskets, what you can do is I do have one, I just didn't bring it over here. You can use a couple of big books, like really thick books, and it'll extend your whole sewing surface just by using what you have, a thick book. Now that Cheryl Faulkner has her own channel, she can I should probably put a zipper foot on here. Okay. No, I'll do something else that won't take your time watching me do it. What I will do is turn the seam in and show you how you make a bag that won't shred, and it'll be so thick. So right now I'm just trimming these extra threads. So it's sewn on the outside. I'm going to turn it inside out. You can do it in whichever order you want. You can change your mind. You can do whatever you want. It's your project. It's your project. So I'm putting the seam down flat, mashing it with my hand. I'm used to sewing with like one of my old antique machines that'll sew through anything. sew through anything. This little brother will not take a licking and keep on ticking. So I pin this side, and what I'm going to do is put a second seam along here. And that way this bag will never, 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 never come apart. And I'm using heavy duty quilting thread because that's what I sew all of my bags with. Just because it's twice as heavy as all purpose thread. So I go forward a little bit, back up. Okay, so here's the thing. Even though I've sewn down this side, I like to flip my bags over. That's why I said you won't be able to buy any bags like the ones I make because nobody does this. That would be it. They backstitch. I'm going to go back the other way and sew the same seam again. So it will be a double seam. Still going to double it. And this is how all those bags are made. Okay. Cut the string. Okay, I've got this one tied around here, but I'll cut it. I don't know. There you go. Put it in the back. Are you guys still with me? Hello, Belt Luke 29. How are you doing? I am happy to see you. Have a good day. Coming in for a bit. All right. Thank you for coming. I know you're at work. Some of you guys have to work for a living. You wish you could have continued learning how to sew, but where would I find the time? My Renaissance grandma, you've got your hands full. You've got a lot going on. You've got a lot going on. You know what? But what I say though, you know how you eat an elephant one bite at a time? If it's something you want to make like a special little project, I'll just put, even if I only have, I used to, my dog walker passed. He had cancer and he just passed on Monday. But when I didn't feel well and I wasn't well, the only time I could sew, like he would pick Mr. Hershey up at 4 p.m. and bring him back at 4:30, I would sit here and sew just for that little half an hour. It's like it's nothing, but it is a something that you want to get done, and it's progress. Just keep kicking the can forward. Just cooking the can forward. That's what I do when I'm cooking too. I don't cook every day. I have a helper that comes in and she preps a lot of my vegetables for me, chopping up onions, peeling them, peppers. So now I'm sewing the other side with enclosing the big seam. And then I put them in the freezer, the peppers, the onions, carrots. And when I get ready to cook something, I just have to pull them out. And it's my own fresh produce or something from the farmer's market, something like that. And I know what I'm eating. I know how it was cleaned and prepared. And I feel good about it. And it doesn't take me, I'm fine. As you know, I've had some surgeries and I can walk, I can do everything. I just can't stand a long time. So by her prepping, at least that's my excuse, I can do it twice as fast. And I can sit down in between. So now I finished that side, and I'm going back up the other side. So I already have it listed, you guys, but on the 22nd of April will be my Saturday sewing time. So bring a project, come and sit and sew, and we will work together. I'm going to tell you a project, and I'm going to give you some measurements. It's almost 5 o'clock, and I'm trying to keep this to an hour for the next person going on. And look at the seam, you guys. It's double sewn. It will never come loose. And I will make a short video on how I complete the bag. Okay? But for those of you who like this rope, the clothesline rope is not this thick. This is 3/8 of an inch. The clothesline rope is 1/4 of an inch. But I have an idea. I was going to wait, but I'm not going to be selfish. Hello, the jewelry spot. Thank you for coming. I love your jewelry. What I'm going to do is what I do with some of my other projects. I'm going to get the rope and braid it like you braid hair and make a thicker one. And I'm going to give you the measurements. Those of you who wanted a hobo bag, that really, really big bag, I will have the measurements before the Saturday, the 22nd, so that we can sit and make a bag together. Joanne Stevens says, hello, the jewelry spot. Joanne Stevens makes jewelry too. She actually makes glass beads. This ID tag is something called paper piecing. It's kind of intricate. I hate doing it, but it was necessary for this name tag with my quilt guild. But some of these beads on here were handmade by Joanne Stevens. So that being said, everybody, I don't want to hold you up for going to the next channel. I love you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Share it out, and I will put the link on it on researching family history and how you can start recording your own history. Maria Graham, you were looking for something special to put in your journal. I think that you should write your story that you started telling me about growing up so that you have a story for your grandchildren. Okay, thanks everybody. Thank you for coming. Mom, Ego Amote, I love you. If you're there, I know you'll watch it later on if you're not.